FIFA's new scheduling for the inaugural Women's Club World Cup has drawn a very strong reaction from the Women's Super League. The WSL has warned that playing a global tournament in the middle of the domestic season could have catastrophic consequences for clubs, players, and the league as a whole. But what exactly is at stake here, and why does one scheduling decision matter so much? In this video, I'm going to break down why this isn't just an inconvenient date on a calendar, but a decision that could reshape how top-level women's football operates. So what exactly is the Women's Club World Cup? First, some context. FIFA has approved a Women's Club World Cup, a global competition between club champions from different confederations. Conceptually, it's very exciting. The best teams from Europe, South America, Asia, Africa, and North America, all competing for a world title. It's meant to elevate club competition beyond regional leagues and provides another showcase for elite women's football. Clubs like Arsenal, Barcelona, Lyon, and Chelsea are all likely clubs to qualify for this. So let's examine the scheduling conflict. What exactly are people upset about? FIFA's proposal places the tournament in January 2028, right in the middle of the European domestic season, including the WSL, Liga F, Division 1 Femini, and much more. This isn't a summer break tournament like the World Cup. It's smack in the middle of league play. So let's be clear here, January isn't just a random month. In most European leagues, it is match week after match week, with teams fighting for titles, European qualification, and players trying to avoid injuries and even fatigue. And this is exactly why the WSL has stated that this could be absolutely catastrophic for the league, which is, of course, a very strong word. So why does this matter? Well, it's not just a clash of fixtures. Football isn't just a collection of isolated games. It's a system. Clubs plan their seasons weeks and months in advance. Training, rest cycles, squad rotation, international call-ups, and strategic rotation are all calculated carefully. When you insert a tournament in the middle of a packed schedule, those calculations ultimately break down. Players have less recovery time, league matches are postponed, compressed, or even rescheduled. Training is disrupted, and clubs lose continuity in their competitive rhythm. This isn't just a theory, this has real impact on player fitness and performance. And this brings us to the human side of it. Player welfare. We've already seen intense scrutiny on injuries in women's football, ACL injuries, fatigue-related problems, and the demand for more rest windows. Players are already dealing with deep schedules, limited squad rotation options, high travel demand for international duty, and recurring injuries due to congested calendars. Adding an elite global tournament in the middle of all of this means even less breathing room. Recovery ultimately becomes a luxury and not a priority. So let's look at the domino effect that this has. If teams depart mid-season for the World Club World Cup, domestic leagues get disrupted. Matches are postponed or even played without top players. TV and commercial partners see irregular content. Fans tuning in expect big clashes. But if top players are away, the value changes. Competitive integrity could ultimately be questioned. Imagine a title race where one club loses their top players and then others just don't. And this could be for at least a month. Ultimately, the league result may not even reflect the true strength. This isn't hypothetical either. Clubs are already warning about loss of momentum, contractual complications, and of course increased load on small rosters. Now, some may ask, why did the governing body schedule this if it would cause so many issues? Now, there are a few reasons. FIFA wants a global showcase, and global windows are crowded. National team tournaments already take chunks out of the calendar, and commercial interest pushes for more marquee events. But wanting a global showcase doesn't negate the reality that the ecosystem, leagues, clubs, players, might not be structured to absorb it in the middle of a season. This points to a deeper issue: calendar governance. Men's football has decades of calendar negotiations. Women's football is relatively newer to the professional era, and its stakeholders are still grappling with basic questions like scheduling, player welfare, and risk management. So what might happen next? The WSL and other leagues push back. FIFA could easily be pressured to reschedule to maybe even a summer window. Clubs might even negotiate for exemptions or roster protections. meaning lower risk participation clauses. Player unions could demand guarantees on rest and welfare. We already see this in many other sports, but if nothing changes, we could easily see congested fixture lists, injury increases, diluted domestic league quality, and commercial backlash from cancellations or weakened lineups. That's why this isn't just a scheduling argument. It's a systemic pressure point in the evolution of the women's game. For fans, this debate at first glance may just look like a tournament argument, but the reality is so much deeper than that. It's about how growth is managed, prioritizing welfare over spectacle, and whether domestic leagues and global competitions can coexist harmoniously. And it's not just happening in England. Leagues across Europe and even federations outside of UEFA are watching very closely. If you care about the structure and future of women's football, then this is very important. And this scheduling conflict matters, probably more than you think. It's about whether the women's game prioritizes profit, pace, or people. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.